Don't hit my guy too hard.
Aren't you
I
from?
need. Yeah, I'm from Philly. I'm a Kobe fan though, so he retired in Lakers, so I support anything with the purple and gold in it.
Philly, but
So you can't
but yeah,
hit
man,
my
it was
too
fun.
hard.
It was really fun being there with Anthony Davis. I told this
Man,
dude. So it started off like this. I told him like, "Hey, you can't hit me," and he thought he could hit me, and I'm like, "You're not going to be able to hit me." So we got in the ring, and I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm like, "Fuck!" In my head, I'm like, "Why did I agree to this shit?" Because he's
Yeah, he's
big.
7 feet,
he
champ.
big as hell. Yeah,
I'm like, "Fuck," but I couldn't say like, "Oh, I don't want to do this no more," you know.
right. you already committed to it.
So I get in there, and he throws like this jab, man, like but like a 10 feet fucking jab, like
Cause he's so damn long.
yeah. So I slipped it, and I told him, I said, "Nah, dog, you ain't gonna be able to hit me." And he was really trying to hit me, man. He was boom, boom, boom.
I'm about to say we're right. I'm gonna be honest. I'm surprised that your coach let you get in there because he big. You wasn't scared that even John that even if he don't land correctly, it still hurt because he big as hell.
You know what? I was um I was expecting a little more power, you know, like.
mm,
Like when I caught it on the gloves and he was throwing at me, like I don't think he knows how to like not
Yeah,
so hard. You know what I mean?
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Took it and I'm like, that's not bad. So that's why like I started like moving my head and getting close to stuff.
No, that's for real though. If you're not, if you got really be talented to kind of spar and still like not give 100%.
Yep.
Like basically, if you kind of like Rolly, Rolly was a late bloomer. Rolly, it'd be tough for Rolly to spar without going at you how he usually go at people.
Yeah. Yeah. Rolly. I gotta give Rolly his credit to be honest. Like he does a little like you could say kind of like weird. He talks a lot of shit, but he started boxing at like 18 or something like.
Yeah, man.
No, yeah. Rolly made an argument where he said, because you know how we say the fastest person to become champion is Lomachenko. He got it in his third fight.
Yeah.
But Rolly actually made the case where he was like, if you break it down, I'm the fastest world champion because the first time I ever stepped foot in a boxing gym was 6 years ago, and I'm already champion and been on pay-per-view. So
You know.
technically, it took me 6 years to become champion. If you think about it, if you look at it like that, it only took him 6 years of learning how to box to become world champion.
You know who has him beat though?
Cool.
Cool fighter, Rocky Marciano. I believe he started boxing at the age of 23. Like
Uh,
some crazy shit.
Some
no,
wild. That's some wild ass shit that he
yeah,
did. Some shit like that.
Yeah.
No, how did that AD opportunity come about? Was he just trying to get some workouts in at your gym, or how did that even come about?
Yeah, he trains at my gym. My coach hits the mitts with him and stuff. AD is a really cool dude, and I'm glad that I had the experience to like get in the ring and film it and stuff. You know, like I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
something that's always going to be there. You
And
know.
it's going viral now too. So now you know what
Yeah.
I mean. I know that.
definitely you on Sports Center,
Yeah.
ESPN.
Motherfuckers call me Kevin Hart. Come on,
Yeah,
dog. I
yeah, man.
I felt offended, man. I'm like 5'8", 5'9", calling me Kevin Hart. Like, get out of here.
No, that's because compared to him, you was looking like Cat. He's 7 feet in there.
Yeah.
Oh, so you
no,
at 126, right?
Nah, 130.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Yep.
no, 130. That's a low key. They got some dogs in that division too. But
Yeah.
No,
how do you?
no, go
I
ahead,
was gonna
dude.
say, bro, how you get started with the whole boxing thing, man? I actually been when bro told me we got the interview with you, I did some just like some basic research or whatever, and I'm like, bro, I've been seeing him on TikTok for years. Shit. Before I even started my whole thing, I've been seeing you on TikTok
Yeah.
and shit. So like, how did you get started in boxing and shit?
But are you asking me about my pro career or amateur career?
Just in general, like what got you into the sport?
Okay. Quick summary. My dad got me into boxing. I started boxing at the age of 7. Had my first fight at 8 years old. Then I turned pro when I was 17. I had 121 amateur fights.
Yeah.
I won like national silver gloves, silver medal at the Junior Olympics. You know, like I was fighting the best. I turned pro in Mexico, and then the pandemic happened, so I'm probably glad that I turned pro and then you stay amateur.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
climbing up the ranks right now.
I was gonna ask you, what kind of made you make that decision to turn pro early and not kind of go for the Olympics and try to get a gold medal?
Actually, it's because I'm too young. I'm born January 1st, 2002, and I believe they wanted me to be born December something 2001. Like you had to be, I think, over 18 and
No, yeah, that's why Dev. I know they basically changed. Basically, they changed the rule on you, like how Dev, like when Dev was about to go, they changed the rule. He was 17, you had to be 18. So
pretty
he,
much they
oh,
changed the rule back in like 2014 or 2013.
yeah, that's around. Yeah, that's around with Dev.
Eight,
Turned pro. Yeah, so y'all went through the same thing, kind of. Then
and in like 2019, I was still 17 years old, so they didn't want me like fighting grown men and stuff. But I think it was the best decision to turn pro. I feel like amateur boxing and Olympic boxing is like losing its prestige. It's not as like what it used to be. You know, it's not what it used to be, and I don't think it's as necessary to climb the ranks in boxing how it was back then.
yeah. You think it's because of all the belts that's out? There's, it wasn't. It's kind of easier to become a world champion, kind of say, because you got. Because I ain't gonna lie, you could click on a boxer's bio and it'll be like WBC, this silver world champion, that world champion, and I just be like, it's so many belts. That's not even none of the like that. Technically, you're not a world champion, but if you go to their bio, it be having like 6 belts that they won.
Yeah. That's a different argument, but the reason why I think Olympic boxing lost its prestige is a lot of Olympic champions or like Olympic gold medalists, silver medalists still turn pro, and their whole pro career wouldn't be. They won't live up to the hype.
Right.
You know, they'll end up getting beat by somebody that has like 3-4 losses. You know, they're not living up to the hype, and a lot of these Olympic guys is like getting knocked out, getting beat bad. And it's like showing that the skills are not translated over how they used to.
No. Do you think the style have anything to do with that? Because in the amateur style is kind of, you only got 3 2-minute rounds, so you kind of got to get busy.
I
And
believe
they
points
kind of.
ruined amateur boxing, the point system, and also that they favor Eastern Europeans and Central Asians and the amateur boxing scene. Like if you pay attention to like the amateur worlds, the world
Yeah.
championships, they don't really care too much about like what's happening on the Western Hemisphere. The president or the ex-president of like the Olympic boxing committee, I think was like Pakistan or something. So they favor those guys pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
and you do see a lot of that too.
No,
No,
yeah.
I was gonna say we have a lot of like pretty good amateurs on here that fight, they're USA boxing champions and whatnot. And they say that same thing. Like when you go over to these other countries to compete, they really favor them. It don't matter if when you American, you can't let it go to the hands of the judges, for the lack of words. So I see what you mean. Yeah, for
They
sure.
probably have a vendetta against us American fighters.
Yeah, for sure. And then, bro, like just getting, I guess, a little bit into your pro career. How's it been so far? What's the journey like? I know you 11-0, 9 KO. So you getting in there. You just got over 10 wins. So how's just the journey been for you?
Man, my journey's been great. I wish I could have been a little more active, but it has nothing to do. Well, I was sick last year. I got sick with rhabdomyolysis. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
He's the reason why like he's not fighting. It's like something when you like overtrain and your like muscle proteins start pushing toxic blood. It messes you up. It takes a while to recover from. But the real reason was because of management. Just getting in proper fights, and fights were like pulling out. Last year I had 13 fights cancel on me. There was a lot of false.
That's 13 checks.
Yeah, maybe more, man. Like every 2 weeks. That's why I got sick, because I was just overtraining. It's like, all right, I'll get ready for a fight. It'll get canceled, but they'll be like, keep training because you got to fight in 3 weeks.
Right.
So I'm glad that I'm young and I could deal with that. You could say hellstorm at an early age, because I'm 21 years old. And by the end of this year, we're like talking to somebody right now, and I feel like we're going to have some like really good news very soon in the next few days or few weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Just speaking on my pro career, man, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Hold on, this is my dog right here. Yeah, but I enjoyed it. It's different than the amateurs, but the pros is more suited for me.
Yeah, for sure. And do you feel like you have that type of style too, like a pro kind of style? Like you like to set up your shots, you like to sit down on more shots, like not really like
Yeah,
a brawler, amateur type?
I had to switch it up. In the amateurs, I had different stages of my career where I always changed my style. Like
Mm-hmm.
the early stages, I was very slick. Then when I got around 13, 14, I had to become more aggressive to win these fights to go to nationals. Because I'm from Southern California. They
Yeah.
prefer like the Mexican style of boxing.
Yeah.
Notice like a lot of black fighters from where I'm from or Texas, we have a very aggressive style. Like more than like black dudes from like the East Coast and stuff. You know. And when I turned pro, I still had certain like amateur tendencies. Like I would be over aggressive. I'll throw a lot of punches where I didn't need to throw a lot of punches. And basically, what my coach was doing to me when I started training with him is changing it, just slowing it down. You know, you don't have to be so fast. That's how mistakes happen.
Right. No, I feel you on that. And do you feel like just kind of going back to like your social media influence, man? Like obviously, you know, it's huge. Do you feel like that's been helping your career? You know, just as far as just getting you out of there, just getting you known out there.
Yeah, man. I feel that's like the reason why I'm known right now is pretty much because of my social media. It's not from my fights because I'm not on a network TV yet. But soon I'll be able to like showcase my talent to the world. But social media has like been like the big push behind why people know who I am.
You haven't fought on you haven't fought on the big network yet.
I fought on a matchroom card back in.
That's why I asked you. I about to say I saw I seen you on one of those cards before.
Yeah, but it was during like the COVID area.
It was some year. Yeah, I about to say about 3 years ago, right?
Yeah, I was 18 at the time.
No, yeah, you got you got matched tough too in that fight. I remember that fight.
Beating one of my friends, David Navarro. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's like a top amateur prospect. Well, he's pro now, but he ended up getting that win. He edged him out, which kind of sucks for him, really, to be honest. But yeah, he's been giving like a lot of people tough fights. That guy is like the gateway. You know,
right? One of the gatekeepers of the guy. You know, division. Yeah.
Am I saying how you feel about your division?
The 130 division is mine, man. They don't know. You know, I'm not crowned king. I just haven't been crowned yet. You feel me? That 130 is mine.
I'm about to say who you got there. You got Foster there. You got Navarrete just moved up. That Valdez just moved. Well, yeah, but he been moved up. How you feel like you
got Joe Cordina.
Yeah, he a dog too.
Yeah, I don't know him, but all those guys I'll go through them. It's nothing personal, but I believe in my skills so much that what they bring to the table doesn't bother me. All these guys, I think they're like all in their late 20s, early 30s, you know. So I'm like the young kid on the street. Still get.
And what age you feel like you're gonna actually get a chance to step in there? You're 21 now, so at what age you feel like is realistically for you to step in there with them?
I'm hoping I can finish out this year strong with about 3 fights at least this year. That'll get me at about 14-0, and then next year I could just start my campaign. Just knocking people off one by one and start climbing that ladder.
Have you been in talks with a big promoter to try to fight on big networks to get your name out there more?
Speak on it, but I'm very close on a deal right now, so I just want to not jinx it because I don't like believing all that superstitious stuff. But I got some things that I'm working on, and it's pretty huge.
Yeah, dope. Who's some names that you or who are some guys that you know work with or spar with, man, that bring the best out of you? There's some notable guys, or there's some guys that you just like getting work in with?
It really doesn't work like that. Like guys will like bring you into their camp because they're like fighting like a Pacific opponent. But
right.
In their way, it's like Mark Masayo. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I know Masayo, dog.
Yeah, that guy. He got popped. All the Filipinos at Wild Card. Like for some reason, every Filipino that I've been in there with has hella pop. I don't know what it is. They call it fucking crack.
Yeah.
Like
they were all watching Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, they're like 5'2", but big ass like quad abs is ridiculous. But yeah, Mark Masai, I really learned a lot from him. I've been in there with Devin Haney. That guy, I've been in him with Devin Haney like 3 weeks or 4 weeks before his fight with Lomachenko. And that
Right.
guy right there, he's nice. He has a really good
Yeah.
job. He's a real cool dude. He's very like respectful. He gave me a lot of pointers and stuff. His dad is slick. His dad is very like slick with his words. You know what I mean? Like they're smooth and stuff.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know he was part of that training camp. OR. So you see? Did you see the Mongolian mole spar? That's what they call them in the boxing world.
Nah, I
Oh,
wasn't.
yeah?
I wasn't a part of the camp. They just came down to LA because they had some business, and we was at Wild Card, and I went in there, and that was some good work. It was really. It showed me where my skills was at, and it kind of backed up my belief how good I believe that I am. You know, to be
Right.
in there with that caliber of fighter.
And how you feel that white? How you feel that fight went?
Um,
I mean, I don't think it was a robbery. I feel like whoever. I
I
see why
feel
people will win. A
I don't
robbery to me is when somebody for sure won and lost.
I don't think 116, 112 was fair for Haney. You know,
Yeah.
I like Haney, but I don't think 116, 112 was the decision. I think 115, 113 is more fair. So I have it 115, 113. Either way, I felt that Devin Haney was really doing good. I think it was round 10 where it was like the worst round for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, got a
So,
little scary.
yeah, besides that, if that round didn't happen, I would have had him like winning the fight completely. So having him win by one round is fair enough for me.
All right. So, and how you feel about they took 400,000 from his purse from that for that push?
That was
Yeah,
bullshit.
I just seen Floyd choke people up. I didn't see Tank push Rolly off the stage. Ain't none of them guys get fined crazy like that.
Yeah, I heard that they gave it back to him recently.
Oh, I know, I was hearing that he, I know he was in the courts and shit trying to get that back, but I'm glad he got it back. Hopefully he did get it back. 'Cause
Hell yeah. I hope that's crazy as hell.
that was like 20. That was like the purse was 4 million, so that was damn near like 15% of the purse they took.
Yeah, that's a good ass trunk.
Where we're at.
Man.
Plus, he the undisputed, so you already know the sanctioned bodies get 12% off the top.
Yeah, man.
4 belts, you get 3% off each belt.
That
Yeah.
shit is crazy.
Well, right, I'm about to say
But
championship belts. You're going to start giving that 3% right up.
but bro, could you tell us a little bit about your team, bro? Who are some of the trainers you got, or who is like your head trainer, and like who helps you like get ready for these fights and prepare for these fights?
I've had a few trainers like throughout my boxing career, but my main trainer right now, during the most part of my pro career, is this Argentinian named Pedro Neme. He's like he's a tough guy. So he could be a dickhead to like all his fighters, but he doesn't care. He'll call us like all kind of names, but he really pushes us. He's tough. He makes us train hard. We're training like 5 a.m. like 3 times a week. You know, ridiculous. He doesn't take no for an answer. If you're a type of guy that likes it easy, then my coach ain't the right one for you. And also my dad. My dad always been a huge influence in my life. You know, so that's my team right now at the moment.
And who are some of the guys that you look at that you feel like you're going to see in the future? Like, you know how Devin Haney and Ryan and Shakur, them guys been around each other since they was 15, 16. Like, we almost kind of knew 10 years ago that basically the place they in now that they would kind of be there. Who you see now, like in 5, 6 years, that's going to be a big fight, me and him?
5 or 6 years.
Somebody that you respect, that you know that you feel like that's going to meet you at the top.
I pretty much just look at the champions right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because boxing, I'm not saying it's a gamble, but a lot of guys, a lot of prospects that you see that are very talented, they could fall off tomorrow.
Right.
So I can really like count them in and meeting me up in the future because they really haven't made that transition to becoming an actual champion. So I just see myself fighting all the champions, all the guys at 130, all the guys at 135. And as I get older, I'm gonna get bigger, and then I'll eventually be like a 140 pounder or 147. You know.
All right. So
My main goal, man, is just to make history. Make a name, to be remembered, to give the fans the best fights to win, To be the next Floyd of this generation.
So you basically trying to catch Shakur. So you want the Shakur fights one day and the Devin Haney fights one day.
Yeah, I think Devin Haney is a little bigger than me right now. He fights at, I'm pretty sure he's gonna fight at 140. When I sparred him, he was pretty heavy. But I could see a fight with me and Shakur actually happening because we're closer in size. But also, I could see me like Ryan Garcia. I actually know Ryan Garcia. He's actually like we're from the same boxing district. He was like one of like the coolest guys growing up with. Like out of all the older kids, he was always really cool with me. He's like a really cool, chill dude, respectful and everything. But I think it's just gonna be the young blood, like the guys like coming up with me right now.
You think you'll catch guys like Keyshawn Davis and Abdullah Mason, who kind of got
Abdullah,
a decade in them.
but Abdullah Mason, he's at 135, but he's a little bigger. Like all these guys is like slightly bigger, so I always think they're gonna be at like a weight class higher up. It may be like Floyd and Shane Mosley, like eventually as years go on and we both get bigger. Well, I get bigger.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, both of you. Yeah, right. That'd be a dope ass matchup too. I ain't gonna lie. Damn, bro.
No,
go ahead.
Oh,
I know. I was gonna shit. No, go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I was gonna ask you about the Devin Haney and Shakur situation. Do you feel like that was because a lot of people saying that Devin Haney ducked him without ducking him, like even though he sent the contract, so literally that's literally the opposite of ducking somebody.
I don't think it's the right time for the fight. I think let these two fighters get bigger, let their names go up before they knock each other down, or knock each other off. I think this fight, those two fighting, like yeah, it'll be cool that it happens right now, but I'm not in a rush to seeing it because I like both guys. I watch both guys, so I'm not like in a rush to see these two guys clash. But the boxing business has changed, so it's not like how it was during the Mayweather era, where you got to keep that O.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I kind of thought that Shakur's like really instigating it in a way. But hey, he wants to fight.
No, yeah. I was about to say you think you'll let somebody look at you like how Shakur was looking at walk the ring?
Nah, man. I'm not a hothead, but I pop off sometimes. Yeah, there's some stories of me like popping off. Like I'm a cool dude. I try to keep it professional, like a Sugar Ray Leonard. I try to stay clean and stuff, I'm not tatted or nothing. Like I have nothing against it. I may get tatted in the future, but I really try to keep a clean look, keep my body clean and my mind clean. But I won't let nobody like think that they're punking me.
And he sent showed up at that party and sent him a bottle that said sign the contract. Like Chris Shakur was acting crazy out there.
Yeah, that shit don't slide with me. That shit ain't gonna slide with me. That's just how I am, and that's how my dad raised me. I don't like things like that. Like last year, before I got sick, I was gonna fight this guy named Aiden Ochoa, and I got sick. He's a garbage ass fighter, dude. Garbage, like 11-2, but he's garbage. He's like really, really like like a 99-cent store fighter. Like no, like for real. Like the nigga got his skills from the fucking dollar store. Like garbage. But anyway, he was talking hella shit online. Like, oh, he's scared. You could tell this guy was scared of me, but when he found out that I was sick, I was in the hospital for 2-3 days. Well, 2 days and a half. With fucking tubes and shit through my arm. And this guy was like talking a whole lot of mess in the boxing community, online. And
you saying that you wasn't sick and you pulled out because you were scared?
A whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of bullshit. Then he eventually took it down because everybody was going for him, coming for him. So I see this guy Monday, and like I didn't make a big scene of it, but I seen him at Wildcard. So basically, I went up to one of my trainers, was like, "Hey, set that sparring up," So I went in there, beat on his ass. Beat on his ass. I wasn't like I could talk. Don't get me wrong, but I beat on his ass, and he know I fucking beat on his ass. And that's how I handle things. I try to be a man and a gentleman about it. I don't gotta make a big scene, but I don't ever forget. I don't let things slide.
You feel like the Shakur should go at Tank or Haney should go at Tank because he almost 30, so he not as young as those guys. So you feel like you're like them fights now, or you feel like even that fight with Tank away?
Yeah, let those two guys go at Tank. That'd be cool.
And who you pick? Who you picking in the Shakur and Tank fight?
Kind of, I like Javante Davis, but I kind of think Shakur. I think Javante Davis, he takes off the round a lot. I think a lot of fights were kind of close, but his power always like takes people
Yeah,
out.
I say yeah, you could fight like that when you got 95% knockout ratio.
Yeah,
He only throw 34 punches around.
yeah, he fights it
You
like
don't throw a lot of punches. Yeah.
You only can be elite at 34 punches around is if your knockout ratio is 95%, like literally.
yeah.
That might be the lowest. That's the lowest in boxing too, right?
No, it's the lowest in world out of all the world champions.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why. But
Equalizer.
no, that's where we're at. That's what they call it.
bet.
That's what they basically saying. Like I feel like Tank's starting to give me Deontay Wilder vibes, where I feel like if you go and beat him, you probably gonna have to get up off the canvas and get that win.
Yeah.
Like
I like
Tyson beat Deontay all 3 times, but he got dropped every single fight. He always had to get up to get that win.
who?
Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder.
Oh yeah.
Like even though he won them fights convincingly, he always had to get up to go get the win.
Yeah. Well, the Ryan Garcia fight, I liked how Ryan Garcia came out. He just got a little too fucking reckless. You know,
He came out there a lot more aggressive than I thought he was. Yeah.
He was Spence team now though, so Ryan about to be on some. Ryan about to be real nice because he was Spence team. Derek James about to calm him back down.
Right. I think that whole team is gonna get him right, man. Wishing the best for Ryan. I know for the amateurs, you know, we fucking like lost weight together. I used to spar his brother. I know his mom and his dad, and I wish him the best. You know, it was like inspiring. He's like 4 or 5 years older than me, so to see somebody where I come from to come up and do what he's doing and how big it's a good thing to see.
No, definitely. I definitely, like you said, I think Derrick James gonna get him right too.
Oh, yeah, he probably, like I said, Derrick James kind of turned into. He probably got the craziest stable. He got AJ Spence, Frank Martin, and now Ryan and Charlo.
Charlo, yeah.
That paycheck is crazy. I don't know if a trainer out there getting a big one. Because for one, it's not 5 fighters who make more money than Spence and AJ for one, or Ryan. Like literally, probably 10 guys out here that make more money than them, if that.
I wonder how he has like the training set up.
Yeah, how did he get
I actually was watching the interview with the press conference they just did. They did a virtual joint. It was on Fight Hub, and they kind of asked Spence about that. And he was basically saying Derrick James that good at having time slots, like everybody to stay out each other way. Everybody got to get a time slot. So Spence will probably get like 1 to 4, and then Charlo come in for 4 to 6, and then Ryan come in. So it kind of go like that. So Derrick James he just be having long ass days basically.
He be busy as hell, right?
Yeah. Basically. I say you got the big fight coming up though, man. Who you got? Fight of the decade.
I think Errol Spence is more versatile. I mean,
bro, that's the first I heard anybody say that.
Like versatile, you know, you could do more in the ring than Errol Spence.
Who you think? Oh, you think ORY or Crawford?
Crawford has like a higher IQ, but I also think Errol Spence how he punishes opponents and his conditioning is going to keep him in the fight. You know, we'll see, man.
Sound like you leaning Bud though.
I don't know. I really don't know.
It's hard, man. It's hard.
I ain't gonna lie. They was fighting tomorrow, and I had no choice but to make a pick. I'm leaning Spence right now, just cause the punch output is just crazy, and I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that versatile stuff really not gonna matter. I feel like like Mikey Garcia was like the most basic fighter I ever seen in my life, and he fought so many versatile guys. Where if I showed you a clip of like 10 people he beat, and you ain't know what you was watching, like you ain't know them, you'll probably be like, yeah, he gonna beat Mikey. So like, sometimes the basic stuff really get it done.
Okay, this is the difference between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has fought coming forward. He's fought coming back. He fought as a counterpuncher. He fought as an aggressive fighter. We only seen Errol Spence fight in one way. and it's a good way. It's a badass way. He fights behind the jab, coming forward. But we haven't seen Errol Spence really box. You haven't seen him get on his feet and move and like show his defense and his skills. We really haven't seen that. We haven't seen him like switch up his attack. His attack is to the body and to the head. We haven't seen him do anything involving his feet. So that's why I say Terrence Crawford is more versatile. But the thing that I don't like about Terrence Crawford is I think he's getting a little older, in my opinion. I think that fight with the Russian, what's that guy? That's the second.
His name was like David Amnesia or some shit like that. I know his first name David though.
Oh, and I ain't like that. I think he's just getting a little older. I think he's a little older than Errol Spence.
Yeah, it's about a few years. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie though. I feel like we seen Crawford fight different ways because he in situation it was in fights where he had no choice, but nobody ever forced Spence to be like, yo, I can't beat you my way. He always was able to get it done his way. When you switch up like that, he kind of was getting forced to. Now it's good that he showed us like if one thing not working, he could go to another thing. But nobody ever made Spence his thing not work basically, and he fought better competition.
Yeah, he's fought better competition, but
nobody made him switch it up. Like his way always get it done. Crawford had fights where his way wasn't getting it done, and he had to go to a different way.
Errol Spence fights one way. He can't switch up. You know, he's kind of like a more defined Felix Trinidad in a way. You know, somewhat one-dimensional. His style is one-dimensional, but it's very effective because he works behind his jab. He has like one of the best jabs in the sport of boxing. So, yeah, man, it's just Terrence Crawford does more things, you know? Like, if you ever look at Errol Spence shadow box, it's like, it's right here. It's very simple.
No, yeah, like I said, I ain't gonna lie, though. I compared them to, you know who I compared them to? I compared them to the Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers got the flashy stuff, but who winning? Like, who getting it done? Who got the 7 bowls? The basic guy who not doing nothing flashy. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers throwing 100-yard passes with his eyes closed and all that good stuff, but Tom Brady the one with the 7 bowls and with the basics. Like I said, the basic stuff is what it seemed like what's done.
This is how I see Errol Spence winning. You know how Sean Porter fought Terrence Crawford with like a consistent pressure, and he was actually like getting in them and winning some rounds. I can how Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford is so elusive that he has to pick so many styles, and he may pick the wrong style, and Errol Spence just going to consistently just keep coming forward and keep coming with punches, and he's going to rack up points. You know, I don't see him knocking out Terrence Crawford, but I can see Terrence Crawford knocking out Errol Spence.
No, yeah, I can see that too. No, I get that. I get that point. I can see that. I ain't gonna lie, Crawford. Like I'm leaning Spence, but Crawford, it's just hard to go against Crawford because Crawford give me like I just feel like if you throw him in there with anybody, he just gonna figure it out. Like it seemed like that's why he showed us versatile because he just if one thing ain't work, he like I'm gonna just go to the second joint ain't work. It's like he always figure it out.
But Crawford's a rough nigga. You feel me? He ain't no joke. Like look how he dressed and like how he like.
No, I ain't gonna lie. His mentality,
like
too though. I ain't gonna cat.
Nah, for real, like
bro, I thought I was the only one that kind of noticed that.
He talk, he make me believe everything he say, like, and then he be like,
no real shit.
He like the silent. He give you like silent killer vibes, like.
He's like a fucking junkyard dog, you know, like a fighting pit bull, like kind of not like I'm not saying a nigga dirty, but you know, like.
I know.
Like, got this like rough, like for real, dog.
It's like a rough look.
Like,
I know what you're saying.
He got a mean streak. They say he the meanest fighter. Like he
just like looks like you know, and his mom, you know, like his mom looks kind of like she would it too. So
yeah,
they got that something like in
just
here.
That rough look. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie though. What Spence give me though in fights though, and he give me this more than anybody I see fight. I ain't gonna lie. Like when he fight. Like I just feel like nobody gonna take it from him. Like basically, when he fight, it look like he wanted more every time. Like and if he had died in there, no matter what heat you throwing at him, he gonna always stay in the kitchen. Like
yeah, but Terrence
he don't care. Like I feel like if he fighting a Hawk, he's still gonna be like he gonna want it more than the Hawk.
Nah, man, shit. Talking to you now is kind of making me lean towards Terrence Crawford. Shit. Like, for real, like, Errol Spence comes from a different background. Errol Spence comes from the middle class. Terrence Crawford comes from a single mom beating his ass with like a fucking fire pan, you know, like.
Yeah, but Devin Haney grew up rich, and he the undisputed champion of the world. So
Yeah, but it's a different mindset, you know. I just feel like Terrence Crawford is that junkyard dog. You know, the stories of him popping off in the amateurs, and him just going at it with people. He's about to fucking fight Derrick James. You know, he don't give a fuck.
yeah. He almost fucked his money up when he swung on Benavidez. He lucky that John ain't missed. He lucky that John missed because he was going to sleep. He threw that John with everything in his might. Well, right, that shit went from here with it.
Yeah.
He lucky that the whole check would have been going. You don't feel like he get touched up enough though in the first them first 5 rounds?
Yeah,
like the guy David was hitting him the first with anything. Like it wasn't even a sharp shot. He just was throwing them Jones and it was hitting him flush.
Stays right there too long. That's like one way Errol Spence could beat him if he stays right there too long.
And like a lot of guys, even to be honest, even Benavidez fought like a lot of. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the guys fought okay. Like Crawford just always figured it out, and then he end up stopping you, and you kind of forget the good parts because he end up stopping you, so you don't really.
Yeah.
But think about Benavidez's little brother. He fought Crawford with his hands down for like 11 rounds, and that was an okay fight. Like Crawford wasn't just in there beating him up. Like Benavidez was impressive to me that night. Like he had his hands down, literally was fighting with his hands at his waist. And that was Gamboa. We know how Gamboa fight went the first 5 rounds. Was getting scary.
Gamboa was a bad motherfucker before.
Before that.
Even Kell Brook, they was having a good fight before he stopped him.
Kell Brook didn't do shit.
They was having a little battle, and he wasn't getting on the inside.
What was he? He stopped him in like the 3rd or the 4th round.
Yeah, no, like I said, you forget about it because he eventually stopped. Like he eventually stopped Gamboa.
That's like but the Kell Brook, you can't bring that up. Kell Brook didn't do nothing. I think it was like a 3rd round stoppage or a 4th round stoppage.
I think it was like 4th or 5th.
Yeah, you know, you can't give that. The first 2 rounds are filler rounds. You don't want to rush.
Then you got the Russian. Russian dropped him. We just gonna keep it a bean. Russian dropped him.
Yeah.
Spencer body to Russian like 6 rounds. Russian dropped, and he was getting off. Like these people be getting off. Like I ain't gonna lie, they be getting off on this man. And he getting hurt. Like Gamboa made him. His legs got bony in Gamboa fight. I know y'all seen when the legs got bony.
Shit, Errol Spence.
The Russian fight, the legs got bony. They got stiffed up. You know what I mean?
Errol Spence.
They had to hold my man to go down.
Hey, you got stiffing them up.
I don't know. That was a little off guard, John. That was an off guard. That was he dropped his mouthpiece, champ. You know he dropped his mouthpiece. You can't do that. You know you look down to look for his mouthpiece.
That boy got hurt though, but been like hurt like early in his career too. So I don't know, man. Shit, I just want to see both of them win.
No, it's gonna be a crazy fight though.
It's gonna be wild.
The only thing I like about fights like these is you're gonna see somebody in a predicament you never seen them in before.
Yeah.
Like you only used to seeing them go out there and dominate. So this about to be your first time ever seeing them go out there and be on the other side of that.
What do you think of Charlo versus Canelo?
I ain't gonna lie, I think Charlo got a chance. I think he got a chance if Canelo fight like how you been fighting. Cause I don't like how you been fighting. Like it's been getting it done though for most people.
I think Charlo with his size, so I think he gonna be a lot more effective than a lot of people think he gonna be. You know, just because I think he got a little height advantage, and he gonna put on a little weight. But I do think he gonna have to figure out this weight too.
And Canelo, like I said, Canelo, I don't like that when he just go out there with the high guard and he gonna throw hooks to the head and body, occasional right hand, and everything gonna be hard. So you're gonna be able to brace for everything. Like he not setting stuff up no more like how he used to. Like 154 Canelo, he used to really box. He used to show his whole arsenal. And you see what Bivol came to halt him. Like he was with that style. Usually you eventually break down, but that style wasn't even working when people was at their full stamina. Because if you think about it, if Caleb could hold his stamina, he probably win that fight. Bivol just holded his stamina, so that's why he won. Like the breakdown didn't happen.
Yeah. What do you think about the smaller Charlo though? The smaller Charlo is fighting.
Yeah, that's my only. I'm gonna be honest. The only concern is the power. Is if he gonna feel if Canelo going if you told me right now like yeah Canelo for sure going if when he land his good shots Canelo for sure gonna feel that, then it'd be hard not to go against Charlo. But I don't know if he is. He moving up 2 weight classes. Like you could be a power puncher at your weight class, but you might go up 2 weight classes and not be a hitter no more.
I feel like it was a better choice for the 54 to fight Canelo rather than 168 because the 168 was. I mean, the 160 Charlo hasn't fought. He hasn't fought in about 2 years. He hasn't fought the level of competition his younger brother fought.
Yeah.
So I think it is like a better choice. I think right now Jamel is it Jamel?
It's Jamil that's fighting him.
Jamel.
Yeah.
Charlo's in a better position to get the win against the heavier brother.
I feel that way too. A lot of people don't feel that's actually an unpopular opinion, but
No,
I
I do.
feel
Yeah.
that way too. Most people think that the big one got a better shot at doing it.
He hasn't fought in 2 years, and he hasn't fought the competition. His brother's been fighting.
Yeah.
His
And
brother,
he not even right mentally. My man, you see, like I said, he going through a divorce in court, trying to get custody of the kids. Like he got too many life problems to be focusing on the biggest fight in the world. Like
I don't know. I don't think I see so many divorces and shit, dog. I don't think I'm gonna get married. Shit.
He say everybody getting divorced.
He said, "Tell who you want next?" He said, "I don't know. Right now, I'm fighting a custody battle. My next fight." I said, "Oh shit."
Nigga, I don't know. For real. I can't imagine going through a divorce and not seeing my kids.
Man, all this man. And then in a position like Charlo, where they done made all the money in the world. If if y'all didn't sign, he didn't dot his I's and cross his T's, he could take a lot of his money or type of.
That's why I didn't want him to take it more so than the not fighting. I knew his mental wasn't right. Like he not even.
And
about so much other shit.
Yeah, I ain't signing that contract. Nah, I keep that shit play. I can't sign that contract. I'll be damned if I gotta pay alimony while she got another boyfriend.
Right. I mean, you do got the prenup. You can always make him sign the prenup.
Yeah, but it's ways to get out of that shit. I don't know.
No word.
I'm just on my young shit right now. I ain't worried about that.
No, yeah, I about to say shit. You doing your thing, pro boxer, 200K Instagram shit.
You got Stephen Poe in there anyway. Who you rolling? Who you gonna roll with? I'm from Philly, so I ain't gotta tell you who I got.
Who said it again?
Stephen Foe in there. Anyway.
Oh, Fullerton, dog. Come on, man, America.
Gotta have.
But do you got him because he American, or you truly feel like he the better fighter and that's why he gonna win?
I got him because he American. He's a bad motherfucker, but I'm rooting for the homie because he's from the United States, so I don't want to go against him. I want to show him support. Also, I feel like everybody goes against a black fighter. Like they always have this vendetta.
Yeah, no, that's facts. Even Devin Haney, he was getting booed in Las Vegas. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, this is our fucking country. Come on.
Before the fight though, before Loma was walking out, he was getting booed in his own.
For real, this is our fucking country. This is our country, but when somebody comes over, they get more fucking support than us. You feel me? Our fucking grandparents been here for the fucking longest, and our own American fucking citizens don't want to fucking go for us. What kind of bullshit is that? Everybody else can be patriotic but us. And I'm not just talking about black American fighters. I'm just talking about American fighters in fucking general. You could put Caleb Plant put his ass on the boat with us. We just don't have no it's taboo to go for an American fighter because he's American. That everybody fucking else can do it. Man, fuck that. That's how I feel.
No, all right. So you got Charlo then.
Yeah, yeah. but all right, I like Canelo, so that may be my exception. I'm a Canelo fan.
Right. Okay, that's understandable though.
I'm a Canelo fan, but
I'm gonna keep it being though. I feel like he got the Americans because he never fought like a Mexican. Like he came in and he fought like an American immediately. He never fought like a Mexican to me.
Who? Canelo?
Yeah. He got the Mexican traits, you still got the hook to the body, the left hook to the body. That's they go to. But for the most part, well, this Canelo probably do. But for the most part, he really was a boxer puncher to me.
He fights like the guys from like Juan Manuel Marquez camp. I forgot his trainer's name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about though. He old right now. He retired.
You know, but yeah, man, shit. Canelo cool. I like him.
No, that's my favorite. That's my favorite Mexican fighter of all time, Marquez.
I really like Mexican fighters. I like I study Chavez a lot. Cesar Chavez. I think
different Mexican. Too. Marquez was a different Mexican too. He was a counter puncher.
Okay, I'll say this: all the great fighters had great defense. I don't care what kind of style you had. If you were aggressive or a mover, you had great defense. Chavez had great fucking defense. Like, yeah, he came for it, but nobody was hitting him. You know, like every single great fighter that consistently wins fights has great defense. If you really think about it,
I say your connection starting to mess up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you kind of froze on this a little bit. You still frozen.
Yeah. Your sound is perfect. It's just
you just froze on it.
That's crazy. On my screen, it shows me like moving perfectly fine.
Okay, no, it's starting to come back in. It's starting to come back in.
Like I said, it just happened. You just was cool this whole 45 minutes. Masha, I got 3 fantasy fights to ask you before you get up out of here.
All right, ask.
The first one is Shushu Carrington or versus Bruce I said Shushu Carrington. Yeah, Shushu Carrington versus Duke Reagan. If you had to put your stock.
That guy, I don't know how to say his name. Shushu. I don't like that nigga's vegan though. Like I find that shit. Like I'm a fucking vegan racist. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
you feel like you don't get it because you only don't get it just because you feel like you're a boxer. Like, why wouldn't you want to eat meat? Like, you kind of need your muscles and all that.
They fucking know everything, and they think like, oh, a gorilla eats bananas and leaves all day, so you want to be strong like a gorilla. Like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
Like, what you gonna be strong like a gorilla? That's a good point.
You're like, get the fuck out of here. Fucking gorilla. Fucking biochemistry is different than us. Like, take that bullshit somewhere else. Like, you feel me? Like, all these fucking vegans and shit look like they fucking starving. Like, fucking malnourished country. Like, get the fuck out of here. Looks like they're living in like a fucking dictatorship. Fucking skinny bones and shit. That shit ain't fucking healthy. I don't like that shit. They try to like promote that shit. Fucking soybean shit. Come on, dog.
He's talking about what you gonna eat bananas and leaves all day and be as strong as a gorilla?
Yeah, like fucking nuts and berries. Like, what the fuck is it? Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what fucking vegan means? I heard it's like an old African word, vegan. You know what it means? Bad hunter. That's what the fuck it means. It means you're a bad hunter.
Oh, all right.
That's what a fucking vegan. Like, dog, you need meat. Shit. Like,
no, I ain't fucking with that shit either. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, especially for fighters. I feel like y'all fighting people. Y'all need people head off. Y'all need to eat. Especially me.
I don't like that hippie shit. I don't fuck with it. I don't like it. I don't think that shit cool. I feel like every vegan that I met, they got no goddamn power. I think they're funny. I'm like a real like vegan, like anti-vegan racist nigga. I won't even date a vegan. I won't date a vegan girl.
You ever talk your way into a spar with a vegan because they feel like you talking too crazy?
Nah, man. Fuck them vegans. I don't fuck with it. Like, I don't like it. Like, what the fuck they be promoting? Like, some of them, yeah, that's cool. You know, live your life, but
I don't know. Shushu might see this and ask for a fight.
Hey, nigga.
Like, yeah, he went off like that off of my fantasy fight.
Hey, nigga, that vegan bones, dog. I don't know if they can hang. You feel me? Fuck that. All that vegan shit. Nah.
Well, I see the second fantasy fight, Abdullah Mason versus Keyshawn Davis. Now, before you answer that, everybody clearly got it. They don't have no choice but to pick Keyshawn because my man 19.
Yeah.
But you gotta think about it. They both at 35, so they both gonna be at 35 and 40 for the next 3 to 5 years. Abdullah Mason will be ready at some point. He's not gonna always not be ready. So try to imagine him at 23. Like I said, they're gonna be in the same 2 weight classes for the next 3 to 5 years. So try to imagine him at 23, 22.
Yeah, but when he's 23, Keyshawn ain't gonna be at 35. He fought at 38 in the amateurs. I don't think that.
But Keyshawn gotta wait since he best friends with Shakur. He kind of gonna be at 35 longer than what he needs to, because
Shakur's at 35.
No, that's why I said he gonna wait, because Shakur about to have he said him and Shakur, like, it's, they locked in, so he said it's not happening.
Yeah.
So if Shakur become undisputed, he gonna have to wait till Shakur decide to move up to 40.
Yeah, but I don't think Shakur.
Oh, phone call.
Honest, nah. I think he'll just take a belt, then he'll just go up to 40.
And I ain't gonna lie, I like Abdullah Mason. I seen a lot of them guys at 19. I don't think it was that many people at 19 that are as good as him.
Yeah, very humble. I like that. Very religious, very a devout Muslim.
So you gonna roll with Keyshawn in that one?
Yeah, right now, of course. Keyshawn got the experience. We'll see in a few years. All right, what's the next fantasy fight?
This is always the best one. Richardson Hitchens versus Kenneth Sims Jr.
Who? Say it again.
Richardson Hitchens, Africa, versus Kenneth Sims Jr.
Sims Jr.
You don't know Kenneth Sims Jr.?
The fuck is that? Like, no disrespect. Nah.
We at 140.
Yeah, you gotta watch Kenneth. You're the first person that ain't know him.
Kenneth Smith Jr.?
No, Kenneth Sims Jr.
Man, what weight is that?
40.
40? Man, hold on. I'm looking him up right now.
Yeah, you gonna know him off a face.
Kenneth
Sims, not Smith. Sims.
Yeah, I hear you. Shit. Let me see. I don't know, dog. Is he the one that been sparring like Devin Haney and stuff?
No,
I don't know.
He a part of that bud camp.
Yeah, I really don't know, dog, like that. I gotta watch him. He's probably good. I don't know. No disrespect towards him. Yeah, I don't know too much about him, to be honest.
No, yeah, you gotta look him up and watch him.
My boxing well. Yeah, I don't know who that guy is.
You know Africa though, right?
They call him Africa? Richardson?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. I seen a
But
post.
That's where he's from. That's what they call. That's kind of his nick. That's his nickname. If you hear the announcers, that's what they gonna call him.
Man, I heard Shakur called that nigga my mud brother. Like 3 years ago on an Instagram post, he said good sparring with my mud brother. I'm like, damn. Making these dark niggas.
No, yeah, that's what they call him, because he's from Africa. I think he fought in I think he fought for him too, if I'm not mistaken, in the Olympics. I don't think he fought for us.
I think he's from Haiti. I don't even think he's from Africa.
Yeah, but and he ain't fight with us in the for the Olympics. I don't think he was a USA member. I think he was fighting for his country, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know too much about that guy, Sims. Gotta look him up.
Everybody, say before you get out of here, give everybody social media, let everybody know where they can follow you at.
All right, y'all can follow me, Jalen Skywalker, on Instagram. You know, I got a lot of cool stuff on there. You're gonna see some crazy shit, me sparring fucking 7-foot giants and stuff. And you feel me? It's a lot of cool stuff, and I got big plans for the future. And yeah, man, you're gonna want to follow. So tap in.
I remember I'm a Lakers fan, so don't hit my power forward too crazy, man.
Hey, they told me I couldn't hit him after like half the round. They said, "Hey,
I know. I know they did.
He already fragile enough. Do not hit my guy. If he hit you with a clean shot, let him have it. Do not go get that back."
They were like, They said, oh. They was like,